Hello, everybody, and welcome to the track and field state meet for qualifying schools meeting. And this is an on-demand recording, and we appreciate that you are taking some time to review this information, which will assist you and your student athletes in what we hope is going to be a high-quality experience for you at St. Michael Albertville High School. We'll move on to the agenda for today. And again, if you are viewing this, congratulations are in order. You've had one or more student athletes that performed well at the section level to advance to this state competition. And that is worthy of great recognition. And we know that your students and your community are excited as well. Today's agenda, we've got a number of folks with us today. Laura is with us to talk about some website resources available to you, also talking ticketing and state meet merchandise. Tim Layton is on the call and will talk with you and provide some information about the media and what their role will be here at the state track and field meet. And then Amy Ince, support staff from the league office, John Pursoon, our state rules coordinator, myself, Keith Cornell, the activities director at St. Michael Albertville High School, is with us as well. And we're going to walk through the participating schools guide, some Minnesota rules reminders, NFHS rules reminders, and just a few logistics about arriving at St. Michael and moving around the site. So we've got a full agenda. We've got a lot of folks to help, and just like to express thank you to all of you who are on this call today to assist with the meeting. Just a reminder of our tournament staff. I am the tournament director. Amy supports me in the league office and just does so much to get us to a point that we are ready to launch and have a state tournament. Bob Gray, who's not with us on this call today, is our tournament manager. Bob is the familiar face that you see in the awards tent area, who is kind of coordinating all of the things that are happening between the field events, the running events, the awards, and the general administration and timing of the meet. And then, of course, John is with us today, and he is our state rules clinician and rules coordinator, and serves also as the head meet referee. And at this time, I'm going to turn it over to Laura, and she's going to walk you through some website features, and some of those things that will be really helpful for you as you prepare to attend the state track and field tournament. Laura?
Thanks, Charlie. And as Charlie said, congratulations to everyone on qualifying for the state track and field meet coming up at St. Michael Albertville High School. I'm going to share with you in the next few minutes where you and your communities/spectators can find some resources that will help you prepare for your trip to the state meet. The slide you're looking at right now is aimed at coaches and ADs. Our staff puts a lot of information on the website for coaches and ADs to find the logistics of getting to and preparing for the state track meet. Coaches and ADs, on your dashboard, you'll find a large blue band that looks like photo number 1. That red arrow points to the spot where it says My Sports and Activities. When you click on that spot, coaches and ADs, you're going to find a number of blue bands. The example down in number 2 says hockey. ADs, you see a number of those bands for every school and every sports and activity that your school has. Coaches, you see those for the teams that you coach. When you click on that little plus sign that Amy's pointing to, you get what looks like number 3. Number 3 is that band where we say this is everything that you need from our office to manage and prepare for your season. The left-hand side has been there all year. Those are the activity resources that you need as you start your season. The middle section has information that's put there by your section tournament hosts. And the right-hand side is where we're really looking today. Those are all of the state tournament resources. After today, this is where you'll find the link to this video. It's where you find participating schools guides, any other information that's aimed specifically at coaches and ADs. Amy and others in our office load that into this area. As we move forward to the next slide, there are really two places you'll look on the main pages. Under sports and activities, there's a boys track and field page and a girls track and field page. Many of the resources there are the same, but some vary just a little bit. And again, this is out on the public side of the website. So this is both for coaches and ADs, but it's also where you want to send your communities, your spectators, your fans. That girls or boys track and field page, there are a number of blue buttons underneath state tournament information. Those will grow as we get closer to the state tournament, but that's where you'll find a link to tickets. You'll find the schedule for the days, links to our streaming partner, apparel links. It's where the program will be linked. It's where results will be linked after the meet. So again, this is out on the public side under sports and activities, and then either the boys or the girls track and field page. Highlighting a few of the items that are under there, just a reminder that our state tournament programs are online only. Helping your spectators know this helps them plan. They can view, they can print, they can bookmark whatever they want to meet their needs on those. And then a couple of places to get to those, either through those boys track and field pages, or we do have a page on our website that highlights all of our programs from all of our state tournaments. And that's that /programs URL at the very bottom. Another thing that you'll find linked on those pages is information about apparel. Apparel will be sold on site. Please purchase early for best selection. Always feel good saying that. Our partner, Signature Concepts, does a great job for us, but their apparel is very good and in high demand. So I would encourage you to purchase early for best selection. And then you can purchase online also. Online purchasing opens up as the tournament starts and then is available for a few days after the tournament. Online ordering does include a shipping fee, which is just another reason to buy on site and as early as you can. The next slide has a quick picture of the apparel that is available at the state tournament, featuring a hoodie, long sleeved and short sleeve t-shirt. And then Signature Concepts also has a number of other items that are branded state tournament, state high school league, not necessarily with track and field on. So make sure to stop and see them while you're on site at St. Michael Albertville. Tickets, talking streaming next. Streaming, all 6 of the meets, the 3 prelims and the finals, will be streamed by NSPN.TV. NSPN.TV is the league's official streaming partner. They are a subscription-based service where you can pay $10 a month or $30 a year for all of their service. Again, we see so many scamming sites out there at tournament time that we really encourage you to share this with any of your spectators who may not be attending to help them find that right site for streaming. And next, moving on to ticketing. Tickets for the state track and field meet are all through our ticket vendor, Hometown Ticketing. Those are all linked at mshsl.org/tickets. There is a ticket link up at the top as that bottom picture shows. You can also get to that through the track and field page, but those are on the State High School League website. You see the prices there per session, adults $13, $8 for students. Please encourage your fans to get their tickets purchased ahead of time. We have large crowds coming into the state track and field meet just as things are beginning. And we did a great job last year scanning and getting people in very quickly when they had purchased their tickets ahead of time. When they had not purchased those tickets ahead of time, fans experienced a little bit of a wait at that gate. One of the things we really like about Hometown Ticketing is it allows people to print their tickets. So when you get that email with your confirmation, they can print those tickets and bring those to the gate. They can also be shown on the phone. We just find, especially at track and field outdoor events, people like that piece of paper that they can bring and present as their ticket. So again, helping your fans prepare for this really helps them get in the gate and able to enjoy the meet. Moving ahead, media, I'm going to turn it over to Tim Layton in our office to talk a little bit about media attending the state track and field meet.
Very good. Thank you, Lauren. Welcome, everybody. It's really exciting to be talking about the track and field state meet in just a handful of weeks in early June at St. Michael Albertville. And our thanks to Keith Cornell and his staff for hosting such a terrific event. Thank you so much to Keith and his crew. On the media pieces, just a couple of reminders here to help in your preparation. Any activities directors that are on this call, just a reminder that the student media program is not in effect for the track and field state meet. There will be media stewards on site for each of the sessions to assist not only the professional media, but also guide folks as well as they navigate the running events and the field events. So we will have media folks there as well. For the professional media that may be tapping into this call to glean information, a reminder to you that your deadline is 7 o'clock the night before day one of the track and field state meet. Your entry point is at the pass gate. The staff of St. Michael Albertville will assist you there by giving you your credential. As a coach or a participant, if you are being asked to be interviewed at any point during this state meet, please make sure it's away from the playing surface, away from any of those competition areas. That same messaging is being delivered to the professional media as well. And finally, keep it locked in to the track and field page on the league's website. You'll see recaps, you'll see results, to be able to capture this great event. Best wishes to everybody at the track and field state meet, and safe travels to St. Michael Albertville. Charlie, back to you.
Let's try unmuting. Thanks, Tim, and thank you, Laura. Appreciate the updates. Just to note that St. Michael Albertville will once again be opening its facility for practice and facility preview. You can see the dates and times listed here: Tuesday, June 4th from noon to 5 p.m. and again on Wednesday, June 5th from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. And a reminder that apparel will be sold on site during that Wednesday practice session. And so would encourage any participants that are at practice that day to avoid any lines and make the purchases then. And also a reminder that in order to staff and open that venue, St. Michael Albertville will be collecting $3 per student athlete for that practice time. Warm-ups prior to the start of each session will run for 45 minutes for the morning sessions. The track will open at 8 a.m. until 8:45 p.m. and the track will be closed at that time. We will be making announcements to officially open and officially close the facility. So please work with your student athletes to respect those times rigidly. If there are student athletes on the track or in field event areas, they will be asked to leave. And you could see the time for the afternoon sessions from 2:30 to 3:15. During the meet, the infield area is in essence closed to all coaches and all participants unless you are being marshaled onto the track for your event. Again, we're just trying to keep the infield clean and give our officials good sight lines and eliminate the potential for any sort of chaos that might interfere with participation. Hurdles will be available for those of your athletes that qualified in the hurdles in the team camp area and indoors in the activity center as well. And moving on to the next slide, I'm going to have turn it over to Amy, and she's going to talk a little bit about the coach's wristband policy.
Thanks, Charlie. When you arrive to St. Michael for your first session, you will pick up your team packet at the registration tent, which is on the south side of the stadium. If you have a boys and a girls team qualify, you will get 2 packets. In each packet are 2 complimentary coach wristbands. And again, if you have boys and girls teams, you'll receive 2 separate packets, each with 2 wristbands. Coaches using wristbands for entry have to have met all of the online requirements and must be an official member of the coaching staff at your school. Any additional members who do not meet these requirements would need to purchase a spectator ticket to enter the venue. And then in addition to that entry wristband, there'll be color-coded field event wristbands for your field event coaches, and those need to be worn in addition to the daily entry wristband. And that field event wristband gets them into the coach's box at that field event. And only 1 coach per team is allowed into the coach's box at each field event. Again, those need to be worn with the coach's wristband. The coach's requirements that all coaches wearing a wristband must have met is they need to have a coach's dashboard page set up, have completed the current general online rules module, the current track and field online rules module, and all 4 of the continuing education requirement modules. All of these are available on the coach's dashboard. Additional wristbands for coaches may be purchased by the AD using a link that we're going to send out. Or using a QR code that's going to be available in the registration tent. Again, additional wristbands that are being purchased for coaches, they have to be coaches who have met those online requirements and are official members of your coaching staff. The additional purchases are all done via hometown ticketing, but it's a different ticket than a spectator ticket. Cash and checks are not able to be accepted on site. And wristbands are non-transferable. It has to be worn by the coach to gain entry into the facility. And those wristbands need to be worn throughout the duration of the meet. So if you're there for session 1 and not coming back until session 4, you need to keep that wristband on for the duration of the state meet. And Charlie, I'm going to turn it back to you for the next slide.
Great, thanks, Amy. And just a reminder to both ADs and coaches, with coaches meeting the requirements, it's just really an important piece to protect the schools, to protect the league. We want to make sure that everybody who has access to student athletes, access to the event and entry into specific areas in the event are approved by your school, have met all of the eligibility requirements. And again, just an effort to protect your school, to protect the league and the participants that are competing in the state track and field tournament. In your packets at the after registration, you will find competitor numbers. Please be reminded that your participants will use the same number for both prelims and finals. So save those bibs, keep them pinned to your jerseys, and know that you will use them for both prelims and finals. We will not be issuing new bibs. And the numbers must be worn in order to access the facility via the pass gate. And so athletes will be required to present their number to get into the facility, and in many cases to move to different locations throughout the facility. So just remind them to be prepared for security, asking to show those bibs for access. You will find a relay card, and remember, NFHS rule, a relatively recent rule change. You may have up to 8 eligible runners. These relay cards are to be completed by the coach. You can bring them to the clerking area or have one of your most responsible members of that relay team deliver those relay cards to the clerking area. In addition, you'll have a concurrent event form or concurrent event forms, and a pole vault verification form as well. And John will talk a little bit more about concurrent event forms as we get into some of the rule reminders as we get into the state meet. So John, at this time, I'd like to turn it over to you, and thanks for being with us today.
Great, thanks, Charlie. And again, coaches, congratulations on having athletes in the state meet. So first I want to talk about entry limits. So a reminder regarding entry limits. So athletes are limited to 4 events, and no more than 3 of those events can be field events or running events, and that includes relays. And additionally, no more than 2 of those events may be 800 meters or longer. Talking about athletes who are entered in 3 individual running events may not be placed on a relay card. So if they are entered in 3 individual events, they cannot be listed on a relay card, even as an alternate, as they are not eligible to run. If athletes are entered in 2 or fewer individual events, they may be listed on multiple relay cards, but they can only participate in 1 or 2 of those events to come to that total of 3 running events. Talking about the concurrent event forms. So if your athlete is participating in field event and running event that run concurrently, you need to fill out that concurrent event form. And I encourage athletes to check into the running clerk tent or clerk garage early before they go to the field event, right? So they can get to the clerking garage, they can get their hip numbers, etc., check into the event, and then head to their field event. That allows them then, when their running event is about to start, they can go directly, they can hand the concurrent event form to the field event judge, check out, they can go directly to the start line when it's close to time for their running event to start, run the event, and then report directly back to the field event. Okay, so again, I encourage athletes to check into the running clerk tent early on the day that they have those concurrent events. Early meaning you can do it as, up to an hour and a half beforehand. The clerks will definitely accommodate you. Then you can go to your field event, participate in the field event, and only check out to the running event when you need to run. Go to the next slide, please. So make sure you're familiar with the uniform rules, both the NFHS rule book and the Minnesota modifications, especially pertaining to headgear and face and or body paint or stickers. So again, there is a Minnesota modification that does not allow body paint, stickers, or anything like that, as well as headgear, anything with knots, etc. So again, you also want to pay a special attention to the rule regarding visible garments worn under the uniform for relay teams, that they have to be matching colors and they have to be a single solid color. Regarding spikes, many of the new shoes come equipped with 7mm spikes, which are slightly longer than the allowed 1/4" spikes. These 7mm spikes are allowed, provided they are the pyramid style, right? So again, we do not allow any pin, needle, Christmas tree, or similar spikes, mainly because that voids the warranty of the track, and we want to be good stewards of St. Michael's track. So again, make sure that you only have pyramid spikes, 7mm or shorter. We will be doing spike checks during all the practice times. There'll be, that way we're going to try and facilitate athletes moving through the clerk garage on the day of the meet, right? So you can get your spikes checked ahead of time. We will mark those spikes. That way, when they come to the clerk tent for their race, we can just do a quick glance and say, yep, your spikes have been checked already, you're good to go. We will do some random spike checks during the clerking process, even if they've been previously approved. So be aware of that. But again, encourage your athletes to go get their spikes pre-checked during the practice times, both on Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as before the meet on Thursday, Friday. Okay, next slide, Amy. Regarding scratches, right? So again, athletes must compete in all events in which they're entered unless there's a medical exemption, and that's only given by the State Meets Games Committee in conjunction with on-site medical staff. Again, top 9 competitors in prelims in both track and field events will advance to the finals, with the exception of those events which are finals only, such as the 4x8, the 1600 meter, 3200 meter runs. Okay, next slide. And finally, any protests must be filed by the head coach only at the coach's rep tent within 30 minutes of those results being announced. The tent is located, again, near the finish line in the restricted area on the outside of the fence from the track. It will be, so if you file a protest, it will be reviewed, and after a decision is made, the head coach will be informed of that outcome. I want to stress that only head coaches should be interacting with the coach's rep tent and with the officials, just to kind of keep the traffic down, keep the number of people involved in those decisions to a minimum. I think that's it. Again, congratulations, thanks, and looking forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you, John. And Amy, I'm going to throw us for a little bit of a loop. Can you jump down to slide 23 to our behavior expectation slide? you know, one of the slight adjustments we were making is we were moving the coaches rep tent a little further away from the gate, the entry into the field events area. We're moving it closer to the end of the straightaway, which would be on the south end of the kind of the finish chute area of the track. It's going to give us a little bit of space and breathing room from any general spectators that might find their way that direction, and still allow us the opportunity to have a safe space to walk through any appeals that may be necessary. But just want to take a moment. Last June, our board of directors approved really the merging of two separate documents into a slightly revised single document that outlines behavior expectations and requirements of attendees. And in essence, we want to make sure that our activities, the league championship events, and even regular season activities are safe for all of the participants. And that includes the coaches, the officials, the participants, of course. And so that responsibility rests with all of us. And just want to call our attention to the expectations that are outlined in this document and the requirements of attendees. It's really easy to let emotions ramp up in a highly competitive environment where championships are on the line. But just want to remind coaches, head coaches and assistant coaches, that our expectation is you model respectful professional behavior, even when circumstances are challenging. And so, again, just want to share that as a reminder that we are always teaching our athletes and their eyes are upon us, and we want to set the best example, model the appropriate behavior. All right, Amy, thanks. We can jump back to our normal order. Just a little bit about state meet logistics. Again, one of the great advantages that the St. Michael Albertville campus offers us is access to the venue. So if you are arriving in a school vehicle, bus, or a large van, you can drop off right along the service road on the south end of the facility near the team camp and registration area. Buses and vans will then, after drop, can continue on that service road to Fieldstone Elementary School, where there should be plenty of parking, as that is not a public parking space. If you are taking a traditional school vehicle, maybe a Suburban or a minivan or even a sedan car, one car per school will be allowed to park in the lower lot on the north side of the stadium. That is the lot that is between the stadium and the field house. There is no parking pass required. St. Michael Albertville staff will be monitoring parking, will be checking in vehicles into this space. And so if you are thinking that you'll arrive in two of those vehicles, the first one to show up is going to get into that lot, but the second one is going to have to park with general public parking at the campus. Implement inspection will take place in a tent near the shot and discus area. That tent will be in the same location as it has been previously. We have adjusted the times this year slightly so that we will be opening at the beginning of each practice session for inspection. So from 8 to 9 a.m. for those morning sessions, and from 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. for those of you competing in the afternoon sessions. Again, the team camp area will be in the softball fields just west of the stadium. We are asking that tents and any equipment that you bring be removed at the end of each session. St. Michael Albertville or the high school league just simply cannot be responsible. It is an unsecured area, and so people can get in there and want to make sure that you are able to account for your belongings and protect the investments that you've made in those things as well. And again, just ask that you police your area when it's time to go. If you can pick up your trash, we will have trash barrels located throughout the team camp area. Every little bit that you do assists AD Cornell and his staff, who work very hard over the course of the entire week into late in the evening on Saturday. So every bit helps, and we sure appreciate that. As you access the venue, coaches and athletes can enter at the pass gate near the registration table. We will have security there. Again, wristbands and competitor numbers will get you through that space. In the bleachers, on the south end of the bleachers, general public is not allowed to pass into that area. But as a coach or a competitor with a wristband or a bib number, you can easily exit that area of the bleachers. And that would allow you to move to the clerk area. It would allow you to move quickly out to the team camp area, and it would allow you to move into the field event area if you are allowed to do so by the credentials that you have. So again, really important to have those wristbands on and competitor numbers pinned to your participating athletes. Amy's showing you a map right now of the venue. Realize that you could pause this screen and study this map, or we could direct you back to the participating schools guide, where there's a printed version that's color like this that you can study and see as you think about navigating and moving in and around the site during the state track and field tournament series. And with that, it brings us to the end. Once again, just want to publicly thank AD Cornell and his staff for all of their efforts to ensure a fantastic experience by you and your competitors, and as well as your public that is coming to support your students. We have a number of officials that will be working this event. I want to say that number is over 100 between staff and our eligible officials. And if you have the opportunity, please just stop and say thank you to either the St. Michael staff or those that are working this event. Many of them are volunteers. They're long days and often in really hot weather, but they do it for these kids, for your kids. And a word of appreciation and thanks would certainly go a long ways. And it wouldn't be a state qualifying meeting without a reminder to our coaches, former athletes. Think about registering as an official. We certainly have the need in track and field. John is recruiting in every attempt that he has, and would certainly love and welcome more people into the world of officiating. And if you have a special interest or passion for track and field, it's no exception here. Thanks, everybody. Congrats again. We anticipate you're going to have a wonderful state meet experience, and we look forward to seeing you at St. Michael Albertville High School. The end.